Hi students, this is Tara Ravishankar, Assistant Professor in Department of Media Studies, Christ Nagar College, Trivandrum. Welcome to our class. Today we are going to discuss on linear and non-linear editing. What do you understand from the term linear and non-linear? Linear and non-linear. Anyway, you may have understood that they are two types of editing, right? And this is part of the post-production. What is post-production? Usually, the video production or the filmmaking is divided into three steps. One is pre-production, where that is happening before the shooting, all the preparatory things happening there, and then comes the shooting, that is known as production, and then you have the post-production. That means you are processing it after shooting. That involves the editing, sound recording, or that means the editing of all sort of visual and the distribution, the exhibition, everything happens there. When moving to the next, here we have to talk about the origin of video, that means linear non-linear editing. Initially we have only analog system of recorders. That means in 1980s virtually all audio and video productions are done using analog recorders. In analog systems, the signals are represented by a constantly changing electrical wave that corresponds to picture or sound information. Okay, so the constantly changing electrical wave that correspond to picture or sound is recorded there, and recording is never perfect. It has so many grains in the image or snow in the image and a low hiss in the sound recording. And when you make a copy of an analog tape, that means the copy of the analog tape is called dub. What is dub? D-U-B. And the sound and video signals are degraded with each generation. By taking each copy, it get degenerated, and the result is the loss of image and sound clarity over multiple generations. And then comes the digital era, and there you can see so many digital recording systems. Okay, and here you can see the old type of visual mixer. That means it is called as edit controller. The edit controller has separate operational controls for the source VTR, that means video tape recorder, and the record VTR, that means to which VTR it is recorded, that means video tape recorder it is recorded, and such as search and shuttle controls, and the control in the center activate the pre-roll and editing functions. Pre-roll means the process of editing and edit functions. That means you can see it here, right? I'll show one by one. That means here this is the visual mixer. This particular equipment is known as visual mixer. And when coming to the next, you can see the source VTR tapes. That means from the sources are inserted here. Okay, you can insert it like this. The jack can be inserted here, and the recorded videotape is inserted in the another portion. The recorded videotape can be inserted here, and here you can see recorded operational controls and record VTR search controls. Everything is controlled there. But in the case of in the case source operational controls comes in this particular side. Okay, and this is the edit control switches. That means the visual mixer, here you can input all the sources. That means how many cameras you have, you can insert it. How many sound recording equipments you have, you can insert. And finally, it gives a output. It gives a output, and the output goes to this particular. That means you are recording it, getting the product of the edited video to another VTR. That means video tape recorder. That happens here. And moving to the next, here you can see the edit control in single source system. That means it's a single source system. If it is a single source, the edit control is a single source system, starts and synchronizes the source and the record VTR and locates in and out points for both. As I told you before, if you have a single source to get an input, that is shown here. Then you have an audio mixer. That means simultaneously you may be mixing the audio also. The audio recording equipments are inserted here. Just like what we insert in the visual mixer. And then you have recorded VTR. That means you give the output to this record VTR. That is the situation, and this particular equipment is known as visual mixer. Okay, and when talking about the digital system, the things all went in a different manner. That is what we call what is there arises the possibility of non-linear editing in digital recording. The video and audio signals, video means the visuals and the audio signals, whether it is done for a television or whether it is done for a cinema, whatever the video content and the audio signal is represented by a set of zeros and ones digitally. That means zeros and ones, binary codes, and recorded as on off pulses. That means and that is the thing, that means just like binary digits, and the digital information not susceptible to tape noise, and you can make many generations of copies. That is the most important thing. There is no issue of generation loss. Without any loss in quality, you can make so many copies, and these copies are called as clones. Whereas in analog system, linear system, it is called the system, the rush you get from the not the rush, it is the copies, right? The copies you get it from the older system, we call them dub, whereas in the case of digital we call them clones, 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 just like a cloning. And because digital data is what computer use, and once a video or audio signal is in a digital form, a whole world of that means a possibility is opening up to you for storing, for editing and manipulating sounds and visual images. Digital recording is becoming increasingly affordable and more sophisticated. However, don't be misled that digital is better, because in certain situations your analog can do something good. That means if you have a very low resolution video or audio, that means low quality digital recording, that may not be smooth in the case of digital as high as a resolution in analog recording. That means low resolution digital quality recording won't work in a smooth manner, but it is possible in an analog system, and eventually digital equipment will be used for the entire production process, from shooting, recording, then editing and broadcasting. Until then, both will be used in process. That was the near future also we were using both the things, but now everything went on digital, and it is possible to convert sound and images back and forth between analog and digital forms as needed. So that such a possibility is also there between, still it exists, and most of the systems change to digital, still it exists. And video editing, what about the video editing? When talking about the non-linear form of editing, it allows for random access to video clips. That is the most important thing, and the video and audio information is stored in digital form on computer disk. So video editing can be radically transformed in these days, and a digital editing system that use computer drives to store video images are replacing traditional editing systems where you use video tapes. As computer based digital editing becomes increasingly affordable, video tape editing will be done less, and it will be getting now it is almost vanished. And nevertheless, the technique of editing tape still play a role in acquisition, processing and distribution of video images, but I think it's almost vanished nowadays. And talking about linear editing, linear editing is what we just done in a what in olden days. That means linear form, you can access the tapes, the visuals one by one only in the chronological order, that we can call them chronological editing. Also, you are editing the first scene, then going to the next, like that, from one shot to the another, in the chronological order you are moving. That is known as chronological editing. And editing definitely it in the cinema and all, visually, that means physically you are cutting the film, that means celluloid, you are cutting the film itself and slicing it, and you are pasting it, all these done in film editing. But in the case of visuals, it is not like that. That means videos for television, it's not like that. The source videos are a form of recording. That means it will be in a work dubs, you call them work dubs. That means the rushes. and the original is seldom used since it is very important to have a backup in case something goes wrong. So you won't work with the original tape, and you start at the beginning and lay down shots one after another in a proper length until you reach the end of the sequence. That is linear editing. That means you start from the beginning and end at the end, and the footage is located by means of a time code. Time code is the, what is time code? That is maybe a possible question. Time code is the assigning of a unique number or address to every frame of video or every frame of visual. You can call it visual. Okay. Then you can easily relate to cinema and video. Okay. And time code is is assigning a unique number or address to every frame of your visual, and this gives you the ability to quickly locate any image and to manipulate these images with great accuracy. That means by using the time code, identifying the time code, actually in shooting process you can see assistant editor who is in the lowest rank. He may be having a writing pad. That means he may be having a writing board, and he may be having a chart. That means mentioning what is the scene. First you mention the scene, then comes the what shot, and number of takes, and even the tape, and the last column occupies the time code. And he regularly, from the very first day to the end, that means when you are going to finish the shooting, I don't know, until that day he may be writing all the details. That means which is the scene, which is the next shot now taking, and how many takes has been. That means for a shot several takes may be taken, right? And he may mention the okay take, and next column occupies the time code. In this manner he may be taking down all the records, all the details, and that is his job. He has to do that, and this gives you the ability to quickly locate the images in the editing table. And you may have seen this clapboard, right? And clapboard have two purposes. One is to make sure that the sound is being recorded. For that the clap is used, whereas in the case of the information is written over that, that means you can see the scene, the shot number, and the take number by you, and from that also that is also helpful in editing desk. Okay, and the tape must be time coded before the shooting takes place. That means in the case of digital tape, analog tapes, the old tapes, you must be time coded before the shooting takes place if they are to be edited later. And usually this is done by recording a silent or blank source, the full length of the tape. That means once if you are using a tape again and again, definitely sometimes you may have to use in that manner. In olden, that means you may have seen that beta tape or VHS tape and all, which is inserted onto the camera for recording. I'm not talking about the microchips or memory cards what we use today. I'm talking about the older generation. We use mini DV tapes. We have digital, means DV tapes. We have beta tapes. We have VHS tapes. I'll show you all these things once. And all these tapes, once used, you have to time code before the next shooting. That means you may be recording a silent or blank source from beginning to the end, and the time code will be reset, and then you can definitely use it again. And usually this is done by using a silent or black source, and this is called a blacking a tape. What is this process? This process of time coding the previously shoot tapes by recording a silent or blank source full length of the tape is known as blacking a tape. That's known as blacking a tape. And the chief drawback of tape editing is that it is difficult to later change the order of shots. That is what is written here, right? That means in linear editing, it is very difficult to change the order of shots. We have to do it in a continuous manner, chronological manner. But in the case of non-linear editing, what is it written? It is written that it allows the random access of the video clips. That is the most important peculiarity of non-linear editing. That is a major difference between linear editing and non-linear editing. Are you clear? And what is next? And we have to talk about you can't simply remove or add a shot in the case of linear editing in the middle of the master without leaving a hole or covering up the shots you want. This may mean you have to start over or make a copy of the master tape. Not only in this it is slow, and this process itself is slow, but the image degrades every time. That is the most important issue. You may have a master tape. By taking the copy again and again, you may what you have to suffer that. That means the quality may degenerate. And now about online and offline editing. Before that, I'll just show you the non-linear editing process. Here you can see it, right? The different equipments here. One is the computer monitor for editing. Tools, files, everything can be seen here. Okay, here. And the computer monitor for preview, definitely there is a process of previewing. That means what is in the rush is previewed here. And then you have a video monitor, which that means the timeline monitor, what you are currently doing on editing. Then you have the speaker to get the audio. Then you have a visual audio mixer and video mixer. Here you have a video mixer, and here you have a audio mixer. So this is how non-linear editing station works. These are the equipments we could see. And now you can see here the non-linear edit flow also. You can see it here, right? Well, how is the non-linear edit flow happens? One is you can see the camcorder or video recorder. Cinematography, you may have a film camera. And the capture phase happens here, and next comes the preview monitor. Then you have the line monitor, that means which give you the current output. And then what happened? Then you can see exports or software. Visually part of the editing software can be kept here. And then you have the VTR records, edit master tapes here, and I'll show you, right? We have the video record, edit tape, master tape here, and DVD record burns. That means the final output here. The special effects softwares is here. You have the editing softwares here. All these things happens here. Okay, that is about the basic system of non-linear editing. You can see it here, the basic system of non-linear edit flow. You can draw it for your examination if possible, just like flow chart. You can draw it definitely. Then the people may believe that, oh, you know perfectly about the things happening. And you can see it here, the non-linear station interface. How is the interface? How is the screen appears to the editor? You can see the edit monitor here, and then you have the capture and play controls here. That means you can see it here, right? And you have the basic things, clips, sequence. That means the timeline, the clips. These are the clips. You can see the clips, right? And then a scrubber bar, you can see it here. That means where the portion is in, and you have the clips with the file names, everything. That means you put import all the visuals you want to this particular area, and then shows then the choices of available inputs and effects panels. That means the tools available can be seen here. So this is the interface, what you see in a non-linear editing station. Okay, and then talking about next, definitely we have to talk about the offline and online editing, right? What is offline and online editing? That is a very important question. Offline editing is compiling the video sequences before they are cut to a specific length. That means it can be considered as just a rough cutting. That means you are just compiling the video sequence from the very first scene to the last scene. That is offline editing, and this is important when using extremely expensive professional equipments where the studio renders rendered by hour. Definitely you have to think about the expense may go high, so definitely I have to check all the things whether everything is there. That is offline editing. And then the offline editing is done way for the just for the editing suit with much less expensive equipments, just to align it. That's the offline editing, and the end result is a time code and address at the time code address of the beginning and end of every shot is shown there. And this particular thing is known as edit decision list. This mode of editing, that means you have edited that so many things, and this mode of editing is known as edit decision list. Once the edit decision list is in hand, then online editing can make then it takes place. Next is online editing, and it takes place here. That means you can now move on to the much more sophisticated, much more clarity of editing. So with the edit decision list, you move to the online editing. And what is online editing? Allows you to experiment with colors, the titles, the special effects, everything. The final polishing happens here. Not only the final polishing, the fine form of editing. The first one is rough cutting, that is what we see in offline editing. Then you comes to the fine cutting and final cutting. Okay, that is editing. And when talking about non-linear, definitely one who is used to the limitations of linear editing often find non-linear editing liberating. That means you have so many freedom, and the flexibility of the digital formats allow for changes to a movie at any time instantly, and the editor can produce several versions of the projects for later reference. Many of the mechanical tasks of editing with the machines are automated, so the editor can concentrate on the movie itself. That is also an important factor. So if the video source camera records it in a digital format, it can be taken in the computer without any loss to image and sound quality. No generation loss happens here, and there are some drawbacks for non-linear editing also. If an analog camera is used for tapes, must be digitalized. If you are using an analog camera, you have to convert it. But nowadays almost everyone is using digital, and often the amount of footage exceeds the storage capacity of the computer drives also. That means you have to store it in your computer drives. I think in the case of tapes, it is more sophisticated, and tapes may be infected with fungus, and also it is very difficult to store it for long. So better is a digital system. You can store it in a computer disk and never get infected with it may have a chance of getting with virus and all, but still it is more safe than the analog tapes. And to compensate, the footage must be stored in small chunks. You can just compress, that means you can just compress it and store it. And with the power and flexibility and storage capacity of the computers, you can definitely use it for long. And what else? Moving a video and audio from an analog or digital tape to the hard drive of a computer with a non-linear editing program. That is how you capture it. And next, about the digitalization, converting an analog signal from tape to a digital signal for storage on computer hard drive is known as digitalize. So these two things are now we need not have to discuss about the conversion and all, because most of the people, every camera has turned digital, and it is very easy for using digital cameras and digital editing tools. And my students may have got a very clear, thorough understanding on what is editing, right? What is about linear editing, what is non-linear editing, and what is the possibility, and what are the what are not the possibilities of editing. So that's all about today's class. Anyway, I'll give you some points. So anyway, I'm concluding with the term chronological editing. Sometimes you are in question paper, it may be asked, what is chronological editing? This type of film editing allows the logic of a chronological narrative and is closely connected with the continuity editing. That is what we call chronological editing. Here events follow in a natural logical sequence, and time and space and respected without jumps. The viewer is clearly oriented in time and space, as the beginning and end are clearly marked there. That is chronological editing. I think I have to discuss so many things like chronological editing, like we have continuity editing, we have parallel cutting, cross cutting, or we have montage. Definitely I'll be back with another session telling all those things, but the form of editing is what we discussed today. That is, one is linear editing and the other one is non-linear editing, and the next term is online editing and the other one is offline editing. That is what we discussed today, and its advantages and disadvantages of the digital and analog system, everything we discussed today. Signing off, your teacher Tara Ravishankar.